All right, I'm standing here on the campus of Seton Hall University. You know, the Pirates just won the NIT. Should have been in the NCAA tournament, but they showed just how good they are by winning the NIT. And I'm about to go on a walk with their coach, Shaheen Holloway. You know, Seton Hall means a lot to me. A lot of people may not know this, but my grandfather's cousin, Monsignor Edward Fleming, was once president of Seton Hall and worked to save the basketball program when it was going through a crisis. And the reason why there's a Division I program at Seton Hall is a lot to do with Monsignor Fleming, and he was inducted into the Seton Hall Athletic Hall of Fame in 1986. So we're getting ready to walk with Shaheen Holloway, so join along as we go on a beautiful day here in South Orange, New Jersey, on the campus of Seton Hall. I'm here joined by Shaheen Holloway, who's coming off a great performance in NIT. Second time Seton Hall's won the NIT Championship. I mean, they should have been in the big dance, but they made the most of it, they made the best of it by winning the NIT. And well, thank you for joining me on this walk.
No, I'm super excited about it, man. You know, I'm super excited about the opportunity. Great, I'm hearing a bunch of great things about the walk, and I know you have a lot of great people, and now it's time for mine.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the team was disappointed.
Yes.
By the committee, who just had their heads up where the sun don't shine. I mean,
see, I can't say that, but you can.
Yes, I can.
Okay, so cool. All right.
But I mean, Seton Hall. I mean, I just think about this. You beat UConn this year.
Yep.
And I don't care who was banged up in that game. You beat UConn.
Yep.
And UConn went through the NCAA tournament like a tank. There was no drama when UConn was on the court this year.
Correct.
In the NCAA tournament.
Correct.
And Seton Hall beat UConn. And that just tells you the quality of basketball this team played this year. And they weren't, at the beginning of the season, the forecast is bleak. But this team came out and battled every night and had a great season and showed themselves just how great they are by winning the NIT. Now, obviously the team was disappointed.
Yep.
How are you able to focus them to win the NIT?
You know what? You know, it all comes down to culture, right? The culture of your program. You know, it all starts at the top. You know, it's leadership, right? And you know, I think the players understood that we got a raw deal, right? But at the same time, you know, when you're very competitive and you love this game of basketball, you know, we had a couple guys that were seniors that wanted to keep playing. You know, I left it to the guys on the team that they wanted to play, and they wanted to play. And I said, fellas, if we're going to play, then we're going to try to win this whole game. You know, I think we came out with the mindset of that. And, you know, the first game was very challenging, to be honest with you, extremely challenging. But once we got past the first game, I think we got our rhythm back and kind of got back into business.
Yeah, I noticed it. The first game was the toughest, and then you got to the Final Four. And and basically, as the tournament was going on, you're winning these games easily. I mean, Georgia, that game you were up 20 most of the time, and then the championship game was a back and forth battle, a road game.
Yes.
because you're playing in Indiana.
It was epic.
Yeah.
It was epic, for sure.
And
it was elite, you know. But I thought it started, you know, after the St. Joe's game. I think everybody kind of got the monkey off their back, right? We kind of stopped feeling sorry for ourselves that we didn't make the tournament. And then I thought we came in and played a good North Texas team who was really good, who beat some really good teams. And we kind of beat them, you know, I won't say easy, but we kind of beat them. And then we beat a really, really good UNLV team. But I would tell you this, you gotta give credit where credit is due. Walsh Gym was elite. And when I mean elite, it was elite. It was unbelievable playing in Walsh Gym. I mean, it was like maybe, I don't know, what, 1,500 fans, but it felt like it was 20,000 fans. Everybody's on top of you.
Oh yeah, the atmosphere. I was just watching on home, watching these games.
Yep.
And the way they kept battling back in every game. Like, the first game, you can understand it. There's a little bit of a letdown. If you ever notice, the bigger schools, that's always the program.
Yes.
They get picked off in the NIT.
Absolutely. Quick, fast.
Yeah.
Right? So look at the teams in the Big East that got knocked off, right? Villanova lost, Providence lost. And I'll be honest, you know, I think as much as I love the Prudential Center, I do love it a lot. But I think if we play that St. Joe's game in Prudential Center, we lose. And I'll tell you why. Because the guys' mind wasn't really into it. But the fans really, really rallied behind us and kind of got us really psyched into it.
And then the championship game, that game went back and forth all game long. You had to lead. They closed the first half on a run.
Yep.
Then you had the second half was back and forth.
Yep.
And then they went up 7.
Yeah.
And you closed with a 9-0 run to win this, to win that championship.
Well, I think, you know, it was something that we did the whole year, right? The whole year we kind of did things like that, you know. And I thought, you know, they went up 7 with like 2 minutes left in the game, 2:30, something like that. I called a timeout. You know, I said, everybody relax. You know, we've been here before. You know, let's get our composure. I thought we got our composure. We had the guys made some big plays. Kadari made a big play. Al made a big shot. Dre made a big shot. And those 3 guys carried the whole year. And we got right back into the game.
I mean, that was terrific. And I hope that they give you guys a banner. They deserve to hang a banner for this.
You know what? I think they will, right? I think just because, you know, something that was done that hasn't been done in a long time. I mean, think about it. I think 1953, the last time.
1953, the last time.
The last time.
And it was a different sport back then.
You know what? No, back then, the NIT was the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, the NIT and the NCAA, people don't realize this, at one time, were almost on par, and some people said the NIT was better because
at that time,
at the Garden.
Yeah, it was, you know, and I'll be honest with you, I'm surprised that they took it away from the Garden.
Yeah, that.
You know what I mean, don't get me wrong, the atmosphere in Indianapolis was big time. Yeah, but the Garden's a Garden. You know?
Yeah, Frank.
Hey, Frank, there you go.
I was a little just,
There you go.
I tell you what.
Get to your fans there.
Maybe when I come back. I tell you what.
Love you, man. Just 'cause these people love you, man.
I tell you what, if it's at the Garden, I would have been there for sure.
Yeah, I thought you was coming down to Indiana. What happened?
Scheduling.
That's a great. I like that one. That's a great one.
Scheduling. I had too much. I had walks I had to do.
That's good. That's good. Speaking of that, you gotta be super excited for yourself, man.
Yeah.
You know, doing these walks, and you know, I heard all the pounding that you lost, and just you're inspiring a lot of people to want to do a lot of things. Man, don't take that light. That's big time, man. That's big time. So I want to give you, I want to give you a hand for that, man, because I thought,
well, thanks a lot.
You doing that, it's inspiring.
It didn't start out like that way, but it just grown and grown and grown. It's become a movement. I mean, I can't believe that guys come up to me saying that they're inspiring. I'm inspiring them. It's amazing. There's this guy we met that we walked with.
Yep.
Don Gilbert.
Yep.
And he's battling cancer.
Oh, wow.
And he says that he was bedridden, and he started to watch me walk, and it inspired him to get on his feet a little bit and start moving around. And this guy is battling every day. And the fact that I'm getting him moving is something.
That's an unbelievable story, man. And so, you know, with that being said, don't take, you know, your platform lightly, man. You know, you know, and I started realizing that the last couple of years being back here. You know, some things we say and some things we do, we doesn't realize the impact that we have on people. You know what I mean? And what you're doing, and for a guy like that to say that, it's super inspiring.
Now, before that, as a coach,
yep.
Is it able to reach these players better knowing that you played the game?
I think so, right? I think that, you know, the guys can relate to me. I can relate to them. You know, I understand what they're going through because I've been in their shoes, right? And especially for me, I'm a player's coach, right? So, for example, when guys come to the timeouts or huddles, sometimes I ask the guys, what you guys see out there? Because you guys on the court, like, what do you guys see that we're not doing, or if we're doing something wrong, then maybe we need to do this. And I think that, you know, that kind of goes a long way.
I mean, the one thing that I don't know how many people actually know this, but 1996,
Best class in the country.
you played in the McDonald's All-American game.
Yep.
And you were on the same team as Kobe Bryant.
How about that? Yep. Yep.
And you were named the game's most valuable player.
Yeah.
What was that like to play with Kobe, one, and two, win the MVP of that game?
You know what? Like to my players, I'll never really talk about myself because it's not about me. But to tell you the truth, that was a tremendous honor. It was. I mean, if you look at all the guys that was on that game, I mean, we had about, in that McDonald's game alone, we had about, I would say, 20-something pros in that game alone. So I'm just gonna name a few, right? So think about it. You had, God bless the dead, Kobe Bryant. You had Tim Thomas. You had Mike Bibby. You had Steven Jackson. You had Rip Hamilton. You had Jermaine O'Neal. Corey Benjamin, Martine Cleaves. I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
Yeah, these are like stars. These are like
guys that had great careers in the NBA.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun, but the thing that sticks out to most to me was that it was just like that was an unbelievable moment. It was great because I got a chance to play with the other top players in the country, and for me to get the MVP was just icing on the cake. I
mean, that's a great legacy. And then you had a strong career at Seton Hall. You took them to the Sweet 16. I mean, did a good career there. And Seton Hall, I feel, is a program that's poised on greatness.
Yes.
I mean, my favorite moment is when they hired you.
Yep.
I was excited because
Thank you.
I saw what you did in St. Peter's.
Yep.
To take a 15 seed and beat Kentucky, Purdue. You know why Purdue got to the championship game this year, right? Hey. Purdue got to the championship game because he didn't have to go up against Jersey School.
Jersey School, right? Also FDU, right? How about that?
I tell you.
You know what? I didn't think about that. How about that, right? Because 2 Jersey schools knocked them off.
Yeah.
Back to back, right? So there was no Jersey school. Well, they didn't get a chance to. Well, St. Peter's was back in it.
Yeah.
And Wagner made it, right? So, well, Staten Island, New York.
Yeah. Well, keep
Jersey,
running.
it's the same thing.
And they ended up losing to UConn, and where's Danny Hurley from?
Jersey City. Yeah. So it's all about New Jersey with Purdue, huh?
Yeah, Purdue can't handle Jersey.
They said Jersey strong, right?
Yes.
Jersey strong.
And I remember when you were at the St. Peter, the big run, you talked about how the reason you were able to do it is because you recruited within the city. You had tough kids.
Yes.
I mean, that stood out in my head when I heard that you appreciate the city of New York and how tough it is to play there and the toughness there.
Yeah, you know what? That's something that I want to do even here at Seton Hall, right? Seton Hall to me is blue collar as well.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So, there's certain type of kids that kind of fit my personality as a coach, and obviously kids from the city, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, like those are the type of kids that, you want to keep the good local hungry kids home.
Yeah,
right?
so
that's the kind of goal for me. This year, it's funny because on this team this year, right, you had Alamir Dawes from Newark.
Yep.
Right, you had Kadari Richmond from Brooklyn. Right, so you got Dylan Russo from the Bronx. Right, so you got guys on the team. You got Jaquan Sanders, who's from New York as well. He's from Queens. Elijah, he's from Jersey. So, we had a combination of New York and new guys on that team. And I think that this is one of the reasons why our team was pretty tough.
I mean, I look at New York, the street game in New York. I mean, Rucker Park.
It's a different level, right?
Rucker Park.
Oh, my goodness, man. It's a different level, man.
Have you had any experiences at Rucker Park?
Yeah. I played out in Rucker. I played out and now it's Dykeman. Dykeman is a new thing right now. Dykeman. So I had experience playing out thing, and that's where it starts. Like it started there, especially for me. Being from Queens, from New York, I started playing in parks like that. And kind of made my way to Jersey in high school and kind of went from there.
Because you can say a lot about sports in New York City and around the area. I think the true sport that really captures the heart of New York is actually basketball.
It has to be. It has to be. Now, don't get me wrong. The Yankees is really good, right? Football is really good, the Jets and Giants. But when you think about New York City and you think about, excitement, you think about basketball.
I mean,
think about this for a second. How many people are so excited right now that the Knicks is winning?
Yeah.
Everyone, right? And that's just kind of what it is.
I think if the Mets win the World Series, which hopefully, somehow, some way it happens.
Talking to existence. I'm a Met fan too. I'm from Queens, so that's talking. See, I'm big with talking things into existence, right? So talking to existence. When we win the World Series.
I mean, it will be a crowd. When the Yankees win, it's, yeah, we won again. We're going to win again.
Like we were supposed to win.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the Giants, they have like a little bit of an air too.
So now
and then the Jets, I think fans won't even know what happened if they won the World Series. So
if the Jets win, if the Mets win, if the Knicks win, how about that? And then us, Seton Hall win. It's a win-win for everybody.
Yep, I say this though, if the Knicks ever win an NBA championship, the city of New York will shake.
It was shut down
to its core.
It was shut down.
It will be. It will be
shut down.
Any other team can win.
Yeah.
But if the Knicks win a championship, I think it will be the biggest sports celebration the city has ever seen.
I agree. I agree with you. I mean, everybody's excited right now, and we just in the playoffs.
I mean, the Nets had their chances a couple years ago. If the Nets would have won, there would have been about 500 people out there on the Brooklyn Bridge.
Now, people are going to be mad at me when I say this, but you know, since the Nets left Jersey, it's really like they Brooklyn now. It's like who really cares?
Yeah, yep.
You know
that's why I switched teams.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I switched teams. I finally said, you know what? They don't belong to me anymore. They left Jersey.
It's the truth, though. It's the truth.
It is the truth. They should have never left New Jersey. Their fan base is here. Leaving New Jersey is the worst thing the Nets ever did.
No, it was crazy.
I mean,
it was crazy.
I'm
going to tell you something crazy. I used to play in the Meadowlands.
Yeah.
Seton Hall used to play in the Meadowlands, you know, with the Nets. And then obviously the Nets moved to Brooklyn. Moved to New York, and then they moved to Brooklyn. But, you know, I remember those games in the Meadowlands. It was something different. I mean, the Nets, that one year, the couple years they had with Jason Kidd and Kenyon Martin, that was a great run.
There was excitement.
Yeah,
it was,
absolutely.
I mean, they were down before that, and they've been down since.
That's big time, man.
But yeah, it's. But the city basketball game, that's exciting, and I think the more local recruits you can land, the better it's going to be. And like I said, it's.
Well, that's the plan. To tell you the truth, it's a plan to try to get as many local kids as possible. Things change right now with this NIL thing. It's I mean,
you know, the NIL is.
I gotta be careful, right? Because, you know, I don't want to seem like I'm hating or whatever, but it's changing the game of, you know, changing the sport. Period.
Yeah, it's. On one hand, you think it's good, but is it going too far?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm not sure if it's sustainable because it's getting really large. But you know what? I think it's good, but I think it needs some rules to it. Like right now, there's no rules to it.
Yeah.
Right, and I'm all for the young men making money, but just some of this stuff is getting out of control.
I like that players now you can sell a jersey with a player's name and the player gets the money. Well,
that's what name, image, and likeness was supposed to be about.
Yeah, no one's ever treated me better when I go to games than Seton Hall. And you know, it just so happens that my grandfather's cousin actually saved the basketball program here.
Really?
Monsignor Edward Fleming.
Whoa.
He's my grandfather's cousin.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And
small world.
I'd like to give you this shirt and thank you for taking this walk.
No, thank you.
I'm proud to support the university, especially in the legacy memory of Monsignor Edward Fleming. You know, it's kind of like I didn't have the grades nor the money to come here. I ended up going to Montclair State, but in spirit, I've always been a pirate.
No, man, this is tremendous. To tell you the truth, thank you guys so much for having me.
Oh, thanks.
It's a tremendous honor. It was great. I mean, I love, you know, it's a great day out. I'm glad it was good outside today. You know, and keep doing what you're doing.
And I think
you're definitely inspiring people. And you guys are always welcome to the Seton Hall, to all the games, as long as I'm the coach here. And hopefully that's forever.
Yes, and Seton Hall, I think they got a winner in the coach here. This guy's going to take Seton Hall further than it's been in a long, long time. And this guy knows how to coach, this guy knows how to win, and this guy's going to mean great things for the Pirates. Thank you for joining me.
I appreciate you. Thank you.